Next day after work I had delivery. It's a gasket and the bolts for exhaust. It's gonna go there so I can actually swap the exhaust, but before I do that I just wanna, now with a nice daylight and sunshine is just out there behind the house, gonna have a bit of closer look on the stuff that I couldn't see really well beforehand. Right, let's have a look. There's a bit of, well, there's a bit of oil around here, so it will be good if I could just trace that up to see how high it goes. There is more of pink stuff here which comes off aluminium that is reacting with wrong coolant. Sorry, couldn't get word out, and that's maybe one of the reasons why the pump is gone. You can hear that. There's a play on the bearing, so it's gone there. It's also got all the stuff around here, so I'll have to flush the system. And I got new coolant, which is correct coolant for Mini, which is not pink stuff. Yeah, so I'll gotta replace the pump. To replace the pump, gotta take alternator out. To do that, need to take negative connector of the battery. Probably the best way will be for me to just disconnect battery altogether. In the same time, whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to test the clutch on AC. I have ordered replacement hose that I found out last night that is actually been torn apart. To test the clutch, I mean, I can feel a bit of resistance going on, which should be like that on the AC compressor on the pump. To test the clutch, we got this one single wire, so I'll undo this connector and then just run a little bit of 12 volt to it, because negative goes through the body and the positive comes, or plus comes through this connector onto little electromagnet. So if that electromagnet works, it will engage and link up the inner part of the pulley that is connected to the shaft of the pump, and the outer part of the pulley where the belt goes. So the belt constantly turns this when engine is running. When you turn AC, you let power come through this wire into the electromagnet, and that engages and locks up both of these discs. So that's how I can test that. I can't test it for leaks until I get replacement pipe and try to pressurize it. So that will be step 2 or step 3. So now AC off, sorry, battery disconnected, get disconnected, alternator off, pump off. And yeah, whilst I'm here just looking around, and I seen there's lots of like oily sediment there. It's not really dripping down, it's just sediment, so I need to trace that up. But also I noticed on this side it's got oil around these edges. It's nothing around the crankshaft pulley, so it's not coming from there. It's very unlikely it's going to be coming from the gasket between sump and block. It's got there as well. Aha! The inner CV boot split. Right, that's gonna be then another thing to sort out. Okay. I should stop looking around, because wherever I look there's something that is either broken or needs sorting out. The outer CV boot seems to be alright, but the inner one is split. Let's check this one. Yeah, this one is okay, and you can see the wishbone is nice and dry. But the other side one is all wet, greasy. It's because of that CV boot. Okay. Another thing to the list. I already ordered new slump panel for the radiator and new radiator because it leaks. Slump panel because it's all broken around here, and radiator leaks on this bottom corner here. And also there's some traces up high. So the best thing is just replace it. I will test now as well. Might do it tonight just to test fan and resistor. This is the plug for it. I believe the top one there, it's a negative. It is, it's a black one, it's a negative, and then we got two red ones. So one of these, so smaller wire, like it. So smaller wire is one on the left, so that will be low speed, and the right hand side will be high speed. So I'll just run 12 volt negative to the top, and then positive here to check high speed, and then negative to top and positive down here to check low speed on the fan. I mean, fan spins all right. There's a resistor which is behind here. It's accessible from the front. It's there. Don't know, can it be seen? It's just there inside. So if it works on one speed but not on two, then it's resistor. If it works only on high speed, if it works both ways, then it's all fine, all good. Right, that's going to be checking in a minute. Right, let's get on with it. Can't remember what I said. I said I'm going to disconnect negative or positive. Should really disconnect positive. Let me just check here. I'll just take the whole thing off. Put it down there. There you go. The reason why I have to disconnect positive, I don't know that I said positive or negative, is because there's a link between alternator and positive terminal on the battery. There's a direct link, and if you don't do it, when you undo it here and that connector or cable drops onto anywhere around the engine, it can shorten the battery. So a 10mm socket, and slacking them off. The bottom one is shared with a water pump. And now just turn it around a little bit, and as you can see, here's our positive terminal, and that one is directly connected to that side there on the battery. So I'm going to undo that and unclip sensor wire as well. To unclip sensor wire, just need to push this little tab and jiggle it, wriggle it. You can't do it with one hand. Might need a bit of prying up as well. There you go. That one's done. And 13. Our alternator is out. Just gonna put the nut back on it. Just don't like how it's this pink corrosion everywhere. As far as I know, when it's going through aluminium like that, that is actually coming from the coolant. I just don't like it. It's got a bit of corrosion there. I hope just cleaning up and that's gonna be fine, I hope. So I'm gonna undo this clip here and pull it downwards this way, the water pump. Now that is 13, size 13, but before I do that, I'm gonna undo the hoses, so slacken the clips. That's it. Not nice. Keep telling myself I need to get a proper tool for this. Apparently you can get proper pliers for removing these clips. I haven't got it. That's loose. What's that? 13. Still got a few dribbles of coolant. Check that off there. Yeah. Yeah. That's where the noise came from. Trying to see where the oil leak is coming from on this side. Might need to take intake manifold off and have a proper look. But I'll have a look in a minute. Right. This hose looks a bit old. Now, there's something telling me I should just replace this little hose as well. Yeah, I'll have a look at how easy I can get it, and then replace that as well. Maybe take that knuckle with a flange off as well, and replace the seal behind that, clean it all up and just replace it, because the easiest way to get to it is by removing an entire radiator in front of the car. Now that's all off. Might as well do it now. Alright, I'm gonna take that flange off. Two 10mm bolts. Little jiggle wriggle, and of course a bit more rusty water coming out. So now I want to get new flange O-ring and this new bit of hose. I don't know, is it going to be easy to get or not, but yeah, I'll let you know. I'll need to do a bit of search on it. So that's off. Okay. What I usually do is, now because I'll have to leave it like this until I get new flange, I take all these bolts that I've taken out and I just put them back in, finger tight into each hole where they came out from. So I don't lose them, and I know exactly where they're going back. And that one goes there. So this is the shaded one. Now, to remove this connector, I'm going to use a panel removal tool. Just engage it in that groove and just pull the connector out. There you go. Now I got in here, in there I got my positive terminal, so I need to somehow get plus from the battery onto there and negative onto body. So I got a battery connected to these clamps, so just gonna do one somewhere there where I'm gonna have negative, and then for positive I'm going to clip with a crocodile clip on a nail and just get it inside here, because that's where the connector is. And it works. So I'm just gonna bring it this way so you can see it better. So once I get connection in, you can see how this clutch here engages. So once it engaged, so when it's disengaged, you can move the spindle with the clutch without moving the pulley. So once it engages, they move together. And I'm trying to, oops, once it's engaged, come on, no, it's stuck really well. And then as soon as I move the nail off the connector, it disengages. That's good. So clutch works. So I believe that pump will work. So once I get replacement hose, I'll have to just make sure that all holds. Now I'm just looking, there was some sort of damage here behind this braided part on this rubber hose. Oh nice, it's very shallow. It's very shallow. It will be fine. Yeah, right, so let me put this connector back on. There's no need to stay open, it's just simple push in. Now after I got my crocodile clips and battery ready, let's try this fan. So top is negative. So that's a high speed, obviously works. Let's try the other one. Nothing. All common mini problems I have on this car. Right, so that's a negative there. Then I can see on the camera. Let me try to put zoom on. Where is zoom? There you go. So connector, one on the top for negative. Just follow the black lead from the back. So I'm going to put crocodile clip on there. Just keep crocodile clip off the other two with my thumb like that. Now if I just touch the one underneath, that should be low speed. If I touch the big one, so it spins on a fast speed, not on a low speed. Okie dokie, I need to get a resistor. Brilliant. So far I got wishbone bushes, the rear bushes, right and left, wheel arch clips, I got them already. Exhaust I got exhaust gasket as well, ambient temperature sensor, received that, expansion tank up, received that, air filter, oil filter, cabin filter, still to get that's getting delivered. I bought today oil and coolant. Then we got a radiator upper mount rivet, need to get that, or I'm gonna try to make something. I could put bolt instead of it because it costs 12 quid for a little piece of plastic. I think I might just make it out of, just use a bolt or something instead. Water pump, got that. Coolant, got that. That's there. Engine oil, got that. Radiator is ordered. Slamp panel is ordered. AC pipe hose thing is ordered. Now need fan resistor. And drive shaft inner boot, and also need flange o-ring for water pump. Now I suppose next thing will be start stripping this driver side to expose that, to get to that CV boot, to get the drive shaft out. So we need the first thing to undo this nut, and need to just punch this flange of the nut out from this groove. That's like a locking groove. Just punch it out with a screwdriver, and then gonna undo the nut. Now this 32mm, I'm gonna try without locking the brakes. One of the ways to do that would be, where is it? Right, sliding the one of the fat Allen keys into the groove of the disc in there. I got, what size is that? It's 1/4, it's Imperial, that's like a 6mm. So I'm gonna use it like that and just try. I'm not gonna force it too much. I might be able, might not. No. No. Right, I think I'll have my trusted old torch, oxypropane torch, on that nut. Now, there's a bearing there as well, so the reason why I like to use oxypropane, because it gives very small concentrated flame. It's not like a map gas or something. Yeah. It's a bit sensitive until the nozzle warms up. Open up a bit more. Just going to hold in each section a little bit. Now the nut with 6 sides, and just on each peak I'm going to hold a few seconds, going around. This little torch is amazing, really, because you can hold hand really close to it. You can have a black electric cable going around it here or anything. It's just warm. It's not really hot, but where the torch is, that is really hot there. Oops. Checking temperature on the hub, because I don't want to get hot. I don't want to cook that bearing. If you use like a plumbing gas torch, the flame is very wide, it's got big spread, and then the whole hub will get really hot. If you use oxyacetylene, you might actually melt the nut. But oxypropane, brilliant. I'm gonna put impel driver on it as well, because a bit of stressing, shocking might help. Right, let's have a second try. There you go. That came off. Will be hot, so put it in the concrete. That works. Now just put that back, the Allen key back in its place. Now I should really punch that inwards. Now on that bit I'm not going to use heat. I'm just going to spray it with some penetrant. Just leave it 10-15 minutes to soak. Spray a couple more times in between, and then try to hammer it in. I'm going to got one of these pins from pneumatic hammer. Place that in the center hole so I don't damage the thread, and then keep hitting it. I got option of hammer or splitting maul. I used to use that as well, so that's gonna be number 2. And if that doesn't work, I'm gonna use concrete breaker 45 joule force straight in there and go and that usually gets it out if nothing else does. So we'll see. Now, whilst I'm waiting for this penetrant to hopefully work in, I'm gonna remove the brake caliper. So we got these 2 rubber bangs there, protective caps, one on top, one on the bottom. Just gonna remove them. 7mm Allen key. Right, so goes in there. That's stiff. Why so stiff? It's coming. Okay. So I'm not going to take it fully off. I left it on a few threads. I'm going to do the other one. Yes. The lower one actually is not that bad. Top one was issue. try to pray it up a little bit. Just ease off the reservoir. Okay, remove the spring and remove the caliper. Come on. Yes. Now the caliper is out. Release it from this socket here. It's the brake hose from the socket of the McPherson suspension arm. And then get a, not that, where's my wire? I had my wire somewhere. Ah, good. I lost it. I had a piece of wire. So I'm just gonna place it here so it doesn't fall down. Put another piece of wire. Well, I can't find wire, so I found a cable clip. So what I'm gonna do is just with a cable clip attach this caliper to suspension spring. Basically just suspend it there so it's not hanging down and putting any pressure on the hose. And I could change pads, but I think they got more than half life on them, so they don't look like overheated or anything. I think I'll just put them all back on for the time being. And right, just all these parts together. Spray some more stuff on axle end. Now, because I'm going to be taking disc off as well, to take a disc off, in general you need to take a caliper cradle off. I've never done this one, so might not need, but on many other vehicles I had to do it. 19 is too big, it will be 17. No, 17 feels big as well. Let's try 16. Nah, that's a baby one. Right, 16 nuts. Breaker bar. Okay. A bit of dirt on it. Wire brush sorts it out. Always make sure the socket fits in nicely and nice and tight. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if I'm oh god, camera was showing up. Anyway, this bolt was down on the bottom, the other bolt is on top, so the two bolts, 16mm head. I do apologize for not moving camera back down again. So this is the cradle. I put bolts back on so don't lose them. We'll do a bit of clean on it as well. Now let me just try to whack that a few times. the axle. More spray. Now to remove disc, we have this Torx or star bit in here, and that is T50. So what I'm gonna do is give it a little whack. Just move the camera away. Always a good idea. Hold it with a tool, like a pliers, so you don't whack your fingers, because no one wants to whack their fingers. And then now I need my 3/8 socket set, and that is in the boot of the car, and the battery is disconnected. I can't open the boot. So if you haven't got power, I need to open the boot. Need to get into the back of the car, lift the back seat, and presto, there is a little pulley, and all you have to do, pull that, and boot is open. Let's try that. Yay! There you go. And here's my little 3/8 set. Got this on market. It's a little gem, I think. Really little, nice little gem. It's old, it's very retro, like 1980s or 70s. Right, just gonna put camera on stand. Right, let's try that. No, let's try something else. A bit heavier. Ain't working, so perhaps heat. I'm gonna try with heat. Let's try with heat. coming. I'm not going to stress it now when it's hot. A bit of penetrant. It's going to cool it down and re-harden it, because we don't want to leave it soft. There you go. The whole thing is coming apart now. What are we going to do with this? I think because it's getting dark now and it might start raining. It's funny, it was sunny earlier and I done a little bit, went indoors to have a dinner, come back out and start getting cloudy. So I think I'll put a bit more of penetrant and then just leave it till tomorrow, and just put a gun in there, my jackhammer, concrete breaker, and just hammer it out. Yeah, that is what I'm gonna do, definitely. Right, see you tomorrow after work again.